Hello everyone, welcome to the course of Engineering Physics KAS 101. In the last class, we were discussing about the frame of reference. In order to describe the motion of a body, we should essentially know with respect to what this motion has been measured. If we imagine a coordinate system attached with a rigid body and describe the position of any particle or event in space relative to it, then such a coordinate system is known as frame of reference. Therefore, we can say that frame of reference are required to describe the motion of any body. Basically, there are two types of frame of reference, inertial and non-inertial frame of reference. In the inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws holds good, whereas in the non-inertial frame of reference, Newton's law not hold good. Today I will discuss Galilean transformation equation. Suppose there are two frame of references, one is S and the other is S dash frame of reference. These are their axes x, y, z, x dash, y dash, z dash. Suppose S and S dash are inertial frame of reference. Since they are inertial frame of reference, we can assume that they are moving with some constant velocity v. We will assume that at t is equal to 0, origin O dash and origin O of S dash and S frame of reference coincide each other at time t is equal to 0. So at t is equal to 0, the origin of both the coordinate system or frame of reference coincides to each other. Now suppose some event takes place in the space. So suppose this is the event P. So observer sitting in the both the frame of reference will observe different coordinates for this event. The observer at O will find that its coordinates this event occurs at position x, y, z and at time t, but for the observer S dash this event takes place at x dash, y dash, z dash and t dash. Therefore, you can see that observations are different, but there may exist certain equation which can relate the observations of these two different frame of references. The equations which relate the observations of two different frame of references to different inertial frame of references are known as Galilean transformation equation. Here in this case, we will assume that S dash is moving in positive x direction with respect to S with constant velocity v, and initially both the origin of both the frame of reference coincides to each other. In order to establish the relation between these two observations, let's draw the position vector to the point in space P from origin O and also from O dash. Since at t is equal to 0, both the frame of reference coincides to each other, origin of both the frame of reference coincides to each other, and in time t, since it is moving with velocity v, so in time t it will travel a distance x is equal to delta x is equal to v into t. So here, since it is moving in positive x direction, so you can write x is equal to this distance x dash plus the vt, the time in which this s dash has moved from O to O dash, or you can equally write x dash is equal to x minus vt. Now let's see about what happens in y direction. There is no movement, there is no motion in y direction, so the coordinate y will be equal to y dash and z is equal to z dash. Similarly, t and t dash are two different times noted in by s and s dash frame of reference, but in Newtonian relativity or Galilean relativity, we assume that time is an invariant quantity. It does not depend upon the frame of reference. So we can write here t is equal to t dash. So we have a following set of equation: x dash is equal to x minus vt, y dash is equal to y, z dash is equal to z, and t dash is equal to t. So you can see here. So these equations relate the coordinates x, y, z, t with the observation of x dash, y dash, z dash, and t dash. So these are the x, y, z, t are the observations noted by the observer sitting at S, and x dash, y dash, z dash, t dash are the observations of S dash. So these equations relate the observations of these two frame of reference. So these equations are known as Galilean transformation equation. This set of equations gives the transformation equations of coordinates from one inertial frame to another, and hence they are termed as Galilean transformation equation. These equations were derived assuming a very simple case in which S dash is moving with respect to S in positive x direction. Now let's assume that frame of reference S and S dash are not moving in positive s direction, but we can say that we can assume that these are moving some arbitrary direction v. So in this case, if you want to write the transformation equation, you should take the resolved component along x and y and z axis. So in this case, you can write the transformation equation as x dash is equal to x minus vt, y dash is equal to y minus vyt, and z dash is equal to z minus vz t, and t dash is equal to t. So these are the these are the set of equations which relate the observations of frame of reference s dash and s in the case in which the frame of references are not moving in which the frame of reference is not moving in the positive s direction, but in some arbitrary direction with velocity component vx, vy, and vz. Again, I want to repeat the equations which relate the coordinates of two inertial frame of reference are known as Galilean transformation equation. Now let's discuss one problem in which we have to show that the laws of mechanics remains invariant under Galilean transformation. So let's assume there are two frame of reference, again S and S dash. Let's assume that the S dash is moving with velocity v with respect to S in the positive x direction. So this frame is moving with velocity v in positive x direction. Let at any instant t the coordinates of any moving body is x, y, z, t. Then this is the coordinates of any moving body at any instant t in frame of reference S. Then their corresponding coordinates in S dash frame of reference will be x dash, y dash, z dash, and t dash. These two coordinates can be related to each other using the Galilean transformation equations, that is x dash is equal to x minus vt, y dash is equal to y, z dash is equal to z, and t dash is equal to t. The acceleration of the body in S frame of reference can be written as, their components can be written as alpha x is equal to d2x by dt square, alpha y is equal to d2y by dt square and alpha z is equal to d2z by dt square. In S dash frame of reference, the acceleration of the body will be defined as alpha x dash is equal to d2x dash by dt dash chi square. Alpha y dash is equal to d2y dash by dt dash square. Alpha z dash is equal to d2z dash by dt dash square. Now alpha x dash can be written as d2 x dash by dt dash square. We can substitute x dash using the Galilean transformation equation. So I will write d dash x dash is equal to x minus vt, and we can write it t dash, and also we know that t dash is equal to t, so we can write it d2 by dt square x minus vt. So if you will differentiate twice, you will get d2x by dt square minus v is the constant for Galilean transformations. So if you will differentiate it, you will get, so we can write alpha x dash is equal to alpha x. Similarly, we can show alpha y dash is equal to alpha y, and alpha z dash is equal to alpha z. So we have calculated that for Galilean transformation equation, alpha x dash is equal to alpha x, alpha y dash is equal to alpha y, and alpha z dash is equal to alpha z. So we can say that alpha dash is equal to alpha. So we can conclude that acceleration of a body does not change under Galilean transformation equation under Newtonian relativity. That is, acceleration of a body does not change under Newtonian relativity. We can say Galilean transformation. In Newtonian relativity, mass is also considered as an absolute quantity. Hence, we can say that F is equal to m alpha dash is equal to m alpha is equal to F dash. The force law here the same in both the frame of reference. So we can say that acceleration of a particle is same in all reference frames which move relative to each other with constant velocity. Or we can say that force acting on the body is same in all the frame of reference which move relative to each other with some constant velocity. Therefore, we can say that Newton's law of motion and the equation of motion of a particle would be exactly the same in all inertial frame of reference under Galilean transformation equation. Similarly, we can show that momentum p and p dash have the same form in both the frame of reference. So these calculations confirms that laws of mechanics remains invariant under Galilean relativity. Now let's discuss the concept of ether medium. If we say that velocity of sound in air is 330 meters per second, then it means that the sound wave is basically the disturbance in air. So it is so the sound wave is moving in a medium which propagate in the air. Now the question is, the velocity of sound is 330 meters per second is observed in which frame of reference? So if we say that the velocity of sound is 330 meters per second, then the question is with respect to what it is moving with 330 meters per second. The answer is it originates due to some disturbance in air. Therefore, the velocity of sound is in reference to the air medium, that is medium in which air is at rest or nearly at rest. So the sound waves are a type of disturbance in air. Similarly, the water waves are disturbance at the surface of water. But what about light? Today we believe that no medium is required for the propagation of light, but in 19th century it was believed before Maxwell that a medium is necessary for the propagation of wave. The necessity of a medium for the propagation of mechanical waves forced the physicists of 19th century to think about the existence of medium essential for the propagation of light and other electromagnetic waves in free space. Therefore, they assume the presence of ether medium in the entire universe, including vacuum. This, this was an hypothetical medium, so the property of the ether medium was assumed. It was considered that ether medium is rigid, invisible, massless, perfectly transparent, non-resistive, continuous, and stationary solid like steel, having a very high elasticity and negligible density. It is believed that all the objects, including the earth, moon, stars, etc., may move freely through this hypothetical ether medium without any disturbance. Thus, it may be concluded that ether provides a universal fixed frame of reference or absolute frame of reference with respect to which all the measurements can be done. In 19th century, it was believed that ether is required for the propagation of light in vacuum and assumed that motion of ether is constant with respect to absolute frame of reference and the velocity of light c and electromagnetic wave is with respect to this hypothetical medium. But there was no evidence of existence of hypothetical ether medium. Therefore, Michelson and Morley performed an experiment to confirm the existence of universal ether medium. Michelson and Morley performed an experiment to confirm the existence of universal ether medium. They considered that the ether is required for the propagation of light, and ether is in rest with respect to absolute frame of reference. Therefore, they thought that the velocity of light measured at Earth will be different as Earth itself is moving around the Sun with velocity 3 into 10 to the power 4 meter per second, and Sun is at rest with respect to ether. Therefore, they proposed an experiment to prove the concept of ether medium. Therefore, it is the time to discuss the Michelson-Morley experiment. Now we'll discuss in detail how the Michelson-Morley have performed his experiment and at what conclusion they have reached.